Hey guys, welcome back to another day of Nonsense November. Today we're going to talk about apologies, and I've just opened this up to a long list of notes, which makes sense because apologies is definitely something that relates to me. So first of all, in case you didn't know, I apologize a lot. Now, before I continue on with what I'd actually written down and need to read over because I haven't read it yet, I just want to say, a lot of people tell me that because I say sorry so much, it detracts from the meaning of it and how impactful it is. But whenever I say sorry, I really mean it. I really genuinely mean sorry. And I know people think, but she can't mean it, she says it all the time. But I do mean it. I'm gonna get on with the video because I do think I will come back to this later because I do think I wrote about it at some point and that'll wrap it up. But just putting that out there, I really do mean it when I say sorry. Okay, so you know those memes of, I think there's the one with SpongeBob where it says, when people tell me to stop saying sorry. Oh, okay, sorry. That is me. I say sorry so much. When someone says stop saying sorry, I will say, oh, sorry for saying sorry too often. I'm sorry. Or, perfect example, Evan in Dear Evan Hansen. That is me. And the amount of times I've been tagged in and sent those memes is actually beyond normal. Now to the all-important question, why do I say sorry so much? So that's, I think, what I said I was gonna come back to, so I'm gonna come back to it now. So someone I worked with actually asked me this at some point because he was also making fun of the fact that I always said sorry. And at first he thought, and I've written this down, this isn't word for word or anything, this is just what I remember him telling me at the time. He thought it was because I was worried about what people thought of me. So he thought I was doing it sort of to defend myself and be like, I'm sorry, I'm not such an awful human being. And as he told me that, I was trying to respond to him what it actually was, but of course I didn't really know at the time and I was sort of figuring it out as I was speaking, which to be honest kind of happened with the stars video, that kind of thing where I just start speaking and then it makes sense. So what I realized while I was responding to him, sorry I'm reading this because I don't really remember it, was that I say sorry so much because I don't want anyone to feel guilty that they've done something to me. Because I'm an overthinker myself, and I know if something happens, I'm gonna think about it for the rest of my life. Literally the other day I was thinking about something I did when I was 6. And so I want to confirm to that person that they don't have to overthink about it, and that they can be sure it's fine, and I'm telling you, I'm sorry that you've been put in this position, and I understand, and I don't want you to go home and think about it for the next 20 years. So I also really like apologizing. I find comfort in it because it makes me feel like I know that the people who I'm apologizing to are going to be less stressed about whatever they did. So for example, if someone bumps into me and they overthink about it, if I say sorry, then hopefully they can think, oh, it wasn't that bad, she didn't mind, that kind of thing. Also, I know plenty of people who would not say sorry and rather counter it. For example, if someone bumped into you, they'd pull a face or they'd be like, why would you do that? That kind of thing. And I just don't enjoy that. I don't like putting up a fight. I'm happy just saying sorry and everyone gets along, because very often I found if you say sorry, even if it's their fault, everyone smiles, everyone laughs, they then respond sorry too, because that's just the automatic response as opposed to just walking on, and everyone has a much better time for it. And I think that's another reason why I say sorry, because I just don't want to put up a fight and I just want happiness and rainbows. I say that in that tone, but really it's true. Okay, I actually have a really perfect example for this, and I think this happened just after I'd written all the other notes, so it worked out really well for me because I was like, I'm gonna write about this. So I was with my brother and he was being bumped by the person behind him, and the person behind him thought my brother was doing the bumping. Does that make sense? Are you following so far? Anyway, so the guy who thought he was being bumped, but was actually doing the bumping, I'm gonna call him A. A turned around and said, why are you bumping me? And my brother retaliated. I don't know exactly what he said, but he pulled a face and sort of slightly semi-aggressive tone and defensive. And afterwards, I said to my brother, if I was in that position, I would have just apologized. Even if it wasn't my fault, even if he was doing the bumping and annoying me, I would just apologize and move on. Now, I'm not saying what my brother did was wrong or bad, but for me personally, I just think it makes more sense to just apologize and move on with it, not put up a fight, not deal with any of the faces or the words or any of the rest that can come out of it. And also, after that, it put both of them in a bad mood, as well as everyone around both of them. And I know if he had just said sorry, even if it wasn't his fault, and it wasn't his fault, but if he had just said sorry, everyone would have gone away smiling, or at least one party would be happy. And I think that's another reason why I apologize so much, because I just can't be bothered with all the fighting and all the unhappiness, and I just want everyone to be in a good mood, and saying sorry definitely helps with that. So that's my rant about apologizing for today, and just say sorry, even if it's not your fault. I mean, unless it's something serious, in which I can understand that you wouldn't want to say sorry, just say sorry. Although I have to say, that dismissive sorry little kids do when you're like, say sorry, and they're like, sorry, that annoys me. Like, how hard is it for you to just tell someone, oh, I'm sorry I hit you. It may not have been an accident, but this woman wants me to say I'm sorry, so I'm sorry. Like, it's not that much effort. Just do it. Just be nice. Okay, now I'm really gonna end the video. See you tomorrow. Bye.